Hello you guys and welcome to my channel again. Today's topic is about overeating and how to overcome it. I know I'm opening a can full of worms. I know it. I know it's a big topic in the United States of America, and a lot of people are either under eating, which is also bad itself, and so many people are also overeating. So let's talk about it. I'm gonna share my experience and what I went through and what I'm trying to overcome still today, and we're gonna talk about it together. Here we go. One of the many things that people get surprised about is when I tell them that I also have overate, or I also eat sweets and pastries. They get very surprised. And one of the comments that has absolutely hurt me, I guess I told a person, I was like, oh yeah, I eat pastries too. And they were like, oh my God, you eat pastries with that small of a stomach? They were like, how do you fit it there? And I was just like, what? Yeah, people eat, regardless of your size, we eat. Humans eat. We eat things, and that's okay. I will admit one thing that I'm absolutely not used to is not eating. So I've never actually experienced not having appetite because I've always been active. I've always either been dancing or working out. Somehow I've always been active, so I've always required food either way, and I've always had a big appetite. A little bit to know about me too. I'm currently on a low carb diet, and I'm finding my way up to being able to control overeating. Plus, I do have high cholesterol, and that has been one of the things that keeps me going with my fitness journey, becoming a fitness instructor, being a dancer, being active, hiking, and also watching what I eat. So I know how sensitive this subject could be, but guess what? My name is Sarah, so let's dive right into it. One of the many reasons that people overeat is because they find the answer to their happiness from eating. So that satisfaction feeling, that feeling good about yourself and about whatever that you're doing in your life, they're trying to find it through food versus other things that are more joyful in life. Sitting and watching TV and eating, which by the way, I have no problem with that. I think that's also itself a form of self-care. But do I think you should be eating a bag of chips like I have done? Probably not. Feeling of satisfaction can be found in so many different things in life. And I don't think that it should be found in food necessarily in the overeating type of way. I don't mean that you shouldn't be satisfied with what you're eating. I think you should be absolutely satisfied with what you're eating, but not to overeat to look for the reason of how to satisfy yourself or how to bring that joy in your life through eating. So one of the many first steps that you should do is to find joy in other parts of your life. So that could be going for a run, that could be biking, that could be walking, that could be painting, that could be doing your makeup. So finding different ways to welcome in that joyful feeling without it having any involvement with food. And when we're talking about overeating, I am gonna give you an example. Once in a blue moon, my devil's hit, and I'm like, I'm gonna have a bag of chips. I'm gonna eat this whole bag of chips because I know that tomorrow I am back on my diet and I can't have this experience again. So I overeat because in that moment, first of all, I am stressed, I'm not feeling my best, and I just need something to distract me from the stress that I'm feeling, the anxiety that I'm feeling. But guess what? Are there other ways to be getting rid of this feeling? Absolutely. Because in that moment when you're eating, you're only finding a way to distract yourself from the anxious feeling that you're feeling, or you're only finding ways to distract yourself from thinking about what you are going through in that moment. So yes, can overeating come from anxiety? Sure. It can come from anything. It could come from family history. It could come from the fact that it is something normal in your family. and plus the cultural aspect of it that I can't even get to, because if I want to get to that, then that's a whole nother topic. Okay, we don't need to talk about it. But you kind of have to pick and choose what you like from your culture and the way of eating, and just go from there. It's in the moment when you realize that satisfaction cannot be found in food, or the fact that if you're going through an anxiety or a feeling, you should not cover it with food. That's the moment of success. That's the moment when you're like, oh, okay, cool. I can rely on something else, and I can probably go for a walk instead of shoving 3 pastries in my face. Once you realize that feeling of satisfaction and joy can be absolutely found in different places, then from there you can write down on a piece of paper or literally in your notes what brings you joy in life. Coming from my experience, I don't know why when somebody tells me to like write down what brings me joy, I think that it has to be something like, oh, so big, like golfing, like going to like be swimming with dolphins and things like that. No, it could literally be a piece of tissue that your boyfriend gave you. It could literally be you writing things down. It could be just you, I don't know, something that brings you that satisfaction and that good feeling. One thing that brings me lots of joy is warm soup. Like any food, it could be any soup. Just warm soup. It brings me so much joy and so much happiness. The other day, my boyfriend gave me like a pack of napkins, and that napkin container not only brought me back to my childhood and how I used to carry napkins with me to school, absolutely joyful. Like every time I look at that, every time I open that, I'm like, oh my God, it's so nice, it's so cozy. I'm like, it makes me happy for whatever reason. The other day, I literally saw 2 couples just like running in the rain with their umbrella, and they were like trying to like beat the traffic light, and they were just like laughing. They were laughing, like trying to like be sneaky and like have fun, and they were just enjoying their time. And that brought me joy, like seeing people be happy, being like, you know, themselves, being playful. So whenever overeating feeling also hits me, I remind myself that this is also just a feeling that's gonna be gone in a couple hours. And I try to avoid it as much as possible by reminding myself that this is just a moment that I'm gonna experience, and it's gonna be over soon. Once you write down what brings you joy in life, the next step is to ask yourself, what is that one food that you love so much and have always put that emphasis that I die for this, I love it so much, oh my God, I can eat 10 of it. What is that food? And for me, that's chocolate, number 1, dark chocolate. But also we can count that as like being healthy. You know, dark chocolate is good, right? If you keep your balance with it. But what's that food that you really, really have told yourself over and over years that you absolutely love it? And for me, that's pastry. I don't care about rice. I don't care about chips as much unless it's like something that randomly hits that I want it. Then write down the food that like brings you that triggering feeling, that it's like, okay, I'm gonna have 5 of it. And then ask yourself, is there a healthier way I can approach this food? So for me, it's Armenian pastry, of course. And the way I try to make it more healthier is that I use almond flour. I used to make it myself, of course, with the help of a dietitian, but also Teapot Bakery and so many bakeries, this sounds like it's sponsored, but it's not. But other bakeries do give out pastries that are with almond flour. And almond flour is also so good because it makes you feel light, and it doesn't make you feel like you just had like so much in your stomach and so heavy. And that's why one of the things I rely on is almond flour. I started buying pastries that are with almond flour, and I just have that. From there on, I try to control myself. How do I control myself? Is by telling my mind, I don't have any emotions towards this food. For over years, I have said that I love pastries. Okay. Has that helped me? No. So I stopped overemphasizing foods that are not healthy for me, and I stopped over saying like, oh my God, I love it so. I stopped because I truly was just overeating it. I was truly just making it bigger in my mind. I was overdoing it because I thought that this food has control over me and I love it so much that I can't put it away, which is so wrong. Another way that I tricked my brain is saying that sugar is a drug. Sugar itself is drug. Like you really do get addicted to it. There's kind of like no way around it unless you trick your brain and train yourself that in a world that we live in right now, especially in America, that there's so much sugar in our food, this is not good for me. And although it feels great, I can fulfill my own needs by other things, by painting, by going on a walk, by doing things, by helping other people, and absolutely bringing that passion and that joyfulness back to my life through other things versus sitting here and overeating. But good news is that I'm here to tell you that you can do it. I am absolutely your proof that it is absolutely possible, and there's ways that you could eat everything and enjoy everything and not overdo it. And there are days that you might go back to it and you might feel like your old self where you would overeat, but you're never ever back to that person because now you have different experiences. You have found joy in different things and you can just tap back into that and go back to that. The next day, it's okay to try over and over again. It's okay to fail and it's okay to come back again as long as you do not give up. The people who have mastered things and are disciplined, that know how to do things, and they enjoy doing things the way it's supposed to be done, aren't people that never failed, aren't people that never tried. They also aren't people who have had 100% all the time. That is so unreasonable to expect yourself that every day you're gonna be perfect. I absolutely have that expectation of myself. Trial and error is where you need to be. You need to try, you need to make errors, and you need to remind yourself that life is more than just eating and overeating specifically. And life is about experiences. Life isn't about sitting here worrying about what you're gonna eat, when what you should be worrying about is if you're having a good time with the person that's sitting right across from you. And I think that's what we are missing in our society nowadays, is that we are not able to realize if we're actually having fun in this moment, because we're so wired to just like the things that should be normal. Big cars, beautiful houses, pool parties, smoking, drinking, those are what's magnified. That's what's glorified in our society. It is very normal to have people who overeat because the only joy they find in life is overeating, and the rest of it that people count as happiness isn't making them happy. It's not that I have it all figured out, but I think I cracked the recipe that I need to overcome the fact that overeating is not gonna serve me any well. Do I agree with low carb diet? That's a whole another story for another day. But do I think we should have less carbs? Sure. Do I think we should have more vegetables? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Because half of the carbs that we're even eating is absolutely man-made. Was that necessary when we were still in the caves? Probably not. Let me give you another way to look at food in a much better way. Look at food as a relationship. And I'm not talking about between like couples, like boyfriend, girlfriend. I'm talking about a relationship that you have with a friend. When this friend walks into your house, do they bring drama? Do they disturb the fact that you are, happy with your family, happy with your siblings, happy with the friends that you have? Or are they bringing peace into your life? Meaning, are they helping you be better with your friends? Are they helping you become a better person? So through that, now connect that with food. Is the food that you're eating absolutely causing you disturbance with digestion? Is it causing you to break out? And if a food is going to disturb your stomach, and if it's going to make you not want to have lunch or dinner or breakfast even, don't eat it, because it's only a person that's coming into your life to disturb it. Same thing with food. It's only a food that's entering your body and your system to disturb it in the future. And I think that's the best way to look at it. Even if this person or if this food was bad, then you're able to control it because you have your boundaries. So why let something like that disturb your body, your mental health, and yourself, when you have the absolutely all the abilities to stop yourself from doing that. You do. Believe in yourself and absolutely find the joy that you need in your life. Find the joy that you want in your life and go after that. And don't rely on food, because food itself is only a source for you to have energy, to find the joy and the happiness and the experiences that you want to experience in life, versus just sitting at home having pastry or eating a bag of chocolate or a chips, which, by the way, it's okay sometimes, but not when it becomes an overeating habit. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys in the next vlog. And I hope that you guys were able to get some advice from this video that will help you and inspire you to be good to your body and to keep an eye out to what you're eating. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like this video, and I'll see you guys in the next vlog. Don't worry, I'm in it with you and we got this. We are gonna overcome it together and we're gonna do it together. So I'll see you in the next vlog. Thank you.